Happy Monday. Today's topic is what's the gift in it? My name is Anuschka Alborzian. I'm an empowerment health coach and healer.
And I'm Samar L. I'm a behavioral health professional. I'm an addictionologist. I practice out of Virginia.
Awesome. And I'm out of San Diego. So two different coasts here.
You notice I'm wearing short sleeves today. It's like
that's awesome. Yeah. Thankfully. You guys are getting nicer weather. Yeah.
It's starting. My gosh, I think we've all been waiting for it. It's been so kind of gloomy and cold. We're all ready for some nice sunny days.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I know. I'm like, stay this way, please. So yeah, we've been talking about, just circumstances and just life, when life happens either to us or life happens for us. And it's just always like, there's going to be something in life, right? Always. And it's one of the things I know we've talked about is just like really always looking at it. And I've taken this on for a few years now. It's like, whenever it's, something goes downhill, for me, it's like, okay, well, what's the gift in this? And always looking at it from that perspective rather than getting into victim mode and, and just, getting all down on myself. Right. And being on the lookout for what's the gift in it.
You know what's really interesting is in the past few years, because I've had to do a lot of my own healing, and I've started to really look into why. I mean, the question of what's this life all about comes up mostly when you get yourself stuck in these like really hard times that you have to pull yourself out of, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know that life is circular, life happens, like we know that, right? So why is it that, we're here? Like, what's our purpose? Like, we're not just here because of some random reason, that like my parents made love and then I just showed up. That's not why. I mean, even though that's how I got here, but I mean, that's not why I'm here. Right?
The physical side is different than that. Yeah.
But I think being human, we go through these times in our lives where we really question our being, right? And the gift of it. Like, what am I doing? What's this life about? What am I doing here? Why do I struggle so much? Why do I hustle so much? Why do I try to improve myself so much? And all of that, right? And in one of my readings, at one point, Anuschka, I read that in every horrible situation that you imagine it to be horrible, right? Like I tell the story, oh my God, this is horrible. There is joy. There is joy in everything, right? Like every experience, if you really kind of pay attention to it, look into it, dig into it, you'll find joy, right?
Yep.
And that's the gift of that moment, right? And in my own discoveries, I mean, in the worst of my times, when I've gone back and I've reassessed it in a different state of mind, I find joy, right? So then what happens if you actually do stuff like that? The memory changes in your brain, like the way then you've experienced it and you think about it and you recall it is not as painful.
Yeah, and then we start to associate something different to that experience, which then creates the different thought pattern, right? And that's and that's visualization at its finest.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Right.
Which is so crucial to really creating that life, because I'm a huge believer of we create our reality. Mm-hmm. And when what was that?
Oh, we totally do.
Yeah, right? Yeah, totally. And it's like, for me, it's like when I constantly am like, and it might not be right in that moment where you're all frustrated and pissed off or whatever, that you're going to see the gift in it. But if you're sitting here and looking at what's the gift in this and constantly asking that question, it will come up. You'll realize what the gift is. You might have to do a little bit of, venting and whatnot, which we'll talk about later this week. But at the end, you're going to get to the point where it's like, for me, like the brain tumor journey, the gift is, oh my gosh, there's so many gifts. Like it was a rebirth for me.
Yeah, I mean, you experienced life completely on different terms today than you did 3 years ago.
Absolutely.
And I feel the same. I feel that life brings us certain turbulences or tornadoes or whatever you want to call it, right? Experiences. And the purpose of that experience is for us to, should we, survive it, right? The purpose of it is for us to learn from it and to almost have this like new way of looking at life, right? That makes us appreciate life more, makes us, be better humans, whatever that. And that's the gift. That's like that. It's so important to recognize that, right? And that's the gift.
Yeah.
You don't really have to look for it in far. I mean, I don't have to travel to every Buddhist, monk that lives on this planet to figure that out, right? All I have to do is sit down and say, okay, what was the purpose of that experience? Like, why did this person come into my life? Why did I have to experience this painful event, And what's this life? Because it is circular. It'll come back around again, right?
Yeah, if we don't discover it, then those patterns will continue actually too. So it's like and then on top of, seeing like, what can I learn from this? Right? It's an opportunity. That's what I see it as.
It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
And and I'm just going to finish this. I know we're like running over, but this weekend, one of my patients shared that events in life don't happen to bring us fortune or misfortune, right? Events in life happen for our awakening. And it was like, I love these, when I learn like these like little, it's like a little light. Okay, it's okay. All right. So we're supposed to like kind of wake up from where we were, except the struggle seems so much at that particular moment that like that awakening we may not particularly experience at that moment in time.
Yeah. And we'll get into that more tomorrow with the awakening. Awesome. Well, thank you all for watching. And as before, if there's anything that you'd like us to support you in, please comment below, let us know, reach out to us. Send
us messages. You have both of our informations, website, social media, all of that on here. So reach out, whichever way you feel comfortable reaching out. We look forward to hearing from you.
Bye.